Hello everybody, welcome back to Fallout 4, where I've been trying to relearn how to build without mods. What started as like a small build kind of does what it normally does whenever I play, and went a whole lot bigger, even to the point of adding set dressing. But this, more or less, if you watch the walkthrough or the playthrough of me building this, you've more or less seen everything. I have added a lot more stuff in, but and a tiny bit of small item placement, but this is mostly for people who were just not interested in watching me build it, but wanted to see the final product. So this is what this walkthrough is going to be. As you can tell, I did do the set dressing, but there's nothing else on this island, and my build bar is in the top right hand. You see I haven't filled it up yet, but it is pretty close. So let's actually go into the build and look and just ignore the part where this isn't a full build and pay attention to the awesome set dressing like we're in Hollywood. Look at all the details! Come on guys, details, set dressing. I made a stage, yay! Alright, for the people who haven't actually watched it, I just placed those up there because anytime I've ever built here, it just felt like there needed to be a balcony there. I plugged in the hole, I added some barriers so you wouldn't see underneath the porch area, textured it up, threw out some plants, hid a Jenny back there, or a Jenny and a half, you know, Jenny and mini Jenny, and that was pretty much all I did. I put the turrets here mainly because I was planning on having settlers show up before the actual unveiling of it. Hi, kitty. Good morning to you too. Wow, that was the biggest daggum yawn. Okay. And then of course I blocked off here. We've got the turret there, a little bit of color, some plants, and then we've got this. Basically whatever's beyond this point is very well protected against the possibility of raiders and stuff like that. So I have this entrance that goes off into the rest of the area. Like I said, I needed to use this door because I used it in the build, and I wanted to make sure it showed up in at least one other place so it wouldn't feel so awkward. And let's go along this way. Plenty of protection. A little walkway over here, a Jenny stashed back there for those. If I was doing a full-on build, which, you know, I guess is a possibility, I would probably hide these, and there wouldn't be so much random stuff going on. Plus, I threw the drag your butts over here because we have a settlement detector thing over here, and just plugged it in so I could get some people showing up. My charisma's not very high, so there aren't very many people here. The story behind this one is basically it's a trading post that kind of expanded. They've got a bar, they've got a couple of rooms, and they've got someone working on all of this old pieces that they found over there on the other side of the town. All those crates, maybe in those crates they found the parts to make these windmills, and they're trying to relearn how to get them to function properly, because I don't know if you've ever put a windmill generator in, but those things don't produce a whole lot of power, so it's his job to figure out how to get it to produce more power. Kitty, do you want outside? She wants outside, guys. Hang on. Come on. Come, I'm gonna trip over you. Come on. There you go, kitty. Bye-bye, kitty. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Okay. Let's see if I can keep my hair from doing weird stuff after that. Is it okay? Is it okay, guys? Okay. Alright, anyway, it's his job to try and get more than 3 power out of these daggone things. You would figure they would produce a whole lot more. But this is one of his work areas. There's like a little break area down here, maybe a spot for him to have a couple of beers where the person who owns the area is not really paying attention, and maybe he gets a little bit of fishing in. There is electricity run on the underside of it, and I'll show you just really quick. It's probably one of the more boring details of the build, but maybe you might be interested in seeing it. But I have heard that using the wire glitch causes a lot of problems with saves and stuff like that, so I only used it where it was absolutely necessary. And by that I mean actually getting it from this down to there, and from this over there to a drink machine, and I think once on the other side as well because I had to get it through the floor. Those are the only places I used it at. I try to use it as sparingly as possible, and I'm pretty sure it's well known. But just in case it's not, or you're new to the game, the wire glitch is basically you have 2 points. One is already hooked up to the generator, and you just select the very closest. I can't show you because I don't have my reticle on right now. But you line it up with the wire as close as you can to the... you see the point where it stops highlighting the wire and starts highlighting the pylon? Right before it highlights the pylon, as close as you can possibly get, you click on that like you're attaching a wire and then attach to the other thing. I don't recommend using it unless you absolutely have to, because it has corrupted saves and I don't want to be responsible, but there is a glitch for that. There's lots of videos on it in case you're interested from other folks. So, where does one start on this size of a build? Why fog? Why? The only thing that could possibly make this worse is for, you know, like the random radiation storm to come in. Okay, let's go ahead and go around the outside. I've got scaffolding, I've got wood pieces, I've got pieces of wall, I've got pieces of railing. I've mixed up the railing. I meant to go back and unify some of it to where there was only like 2 or 3 pieces that I used. That way it's random, but it's not so random you're like, geez, how many different carpenters did they have working on this? But I didn't get around to it. And I have sunk down this to make it look like it's holding the shore up. To make it look like it's holding the shore up in case, you know, like there's a little bit of a slide going on here with the rocks and they don't want it breaking into where they've built. And then I've sunk that in just a little bit, and then put in the walkway leading up to here. I wanted it very scarce. Not a whole lot of things blocking up this area. I didn't want it to be like a full-on walkway. I tried putting the full-on walkway in case you didn't see the video where I tried that. And I did cut that video because it took me so long to try and get the full walkway in there and then decide I didn't like it. But I like the scarce walkway where it's just like, this is a pretty steep hill, and if you're older you might have trouble getting up and down the hill, so this is just kind of to help with that. So that's where that went. I'll explain all these after I get done looking at the outside. We've got a sunken wall piece, we've got bits of wall, bits of... This is the warehouse piece just laid on the top of that, kind of sunk in a little bit, and all of that. And then we've got, of course, the wall that was fixing up the porch, and a couple of Jennies hiding back there. Jenny 1, Jenny 2, Jenny and Mini Jenny hiding back there, providing power to here. And I had purposely used 2 different water generators just to, I don't know, vary up the look. I didn't want to keep the same ones. It was just a little too much, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now to finish off the tour. Do I go with the residence here or go with the reason why it was built? Okay, let's go with the reason why it was built. And this is because of these guys, the purveyors that come through here, the caravan workers. They come in via ship, they can get a quick snack before heading out. Maybe they just made a quick drop, needed something to eat, and then they're going to head back out over there. Obviously there's some advertisements hoping to keep them in town, which would be through here. If they wanted to come through here, we get a little bit of advertisement up there. And a little splash of color here and there. This is a dock area, so it's kind of drab. It needs a little bit of color to catch the eye. Here is... Those guys up there are annoying me. Anyway, this is the hotel area. You come in here, maybe the guy is like reading the Boston Bugle or something like that. Anyway, the hotel owner and the bar owner, probably the same people, same family. Maybe different family members. I don't know. But they're the ones in charge of the decoration, which is the reason why there's plants everywhere. Because I'm the owner and I like plants, so they got plants whether they wanted them or not. Oh, tripping over the luggage. We've got a little place over here for a snack. We've got a computer-ish terminal. I was kind of tied up between this one and the other computer terminal, and I kind of like the fact that you can stand back here and see it. And maybe it's surveillance. Who knows? I don't know what that's for. It might be for surveillance. You know, it's a dock, it's grubby, they're making sure everybody's safe, there's a gun there. Maybe that one is not necessarily for checking people in and checking people out, but it's like a surveillance camera. But yeah, there's a bunch of rugs because I haven't figured out which rugs will make something drop, which ones will cause them to levitate, and which ones will send things straight through the floor. So in a lot of places, I just left the rugs. I could have covered the rugs, but I just opted not to. And then I've got a random bar here in the floor that I'm pretty sure I was using for something. I don't know what I was trying to use it for. Here, have that. You just have a random bar hiding there in case you need to wallop somebody over the head. Sounds like a good theory to me. Liquors are up there. Here is the vending machine, because of course you might need, you know, a drink in the middle of the night or something. This is the room where I think the most... I don't know, the person who stays here the longest is not necessarily a resident. Or maybe someone who comes back here so often they've got a permanent, you know, rental going on there. And this is the third time I've shut myself behind that door. And this is just one of the more expensive rooms. Of course, there's a lot of advertisement trying to encourage them to come up and spend more monies. A little conference area, place to iron your clothes. You know, because in the wasteland, having your clothes ironed is not immersive. Alright, and here's the bar. This is where everybody goes to hang out. Maybe a little dancing platform for whenever people get really, really drunk. And here is one of the access areas to where the guy might be working on the windmill generator. And here's our bartender and everybody who is supposed to be working. Don't look at me like that. I should never have put that drink machine back there. Anyway, there is some small item placement. It is shocking the heck out of me that stuff is staying where I put it. Has there been an update to fix that, to where, you know, stuff doesn't get knocked off as easily? Because I don't see anything yet that's been knocked off. These pictures right here, I should have used the other ones that have the overhanging light so I wouldn't have to hook them up and they would light up, but at the same time, I think the lighting in here is good, so I don't know. I kind of wish we had these without the box and the lighting feature. Here are the chairs, tables, wherever people want to eat at. This is the bar slash hotel owner's room. Yeah, just a little bit of decorativeness. Oh, and I just noticed this. A great view of the plant on top of there. And that was not intentional. Alright, and then we've got this area down here. And how did I do that? I dropped it on top of there. I had a platform over the top of it, and I took the platform out and just, you know, I lined this thing up underneath the platform and then removed the platform and it dropped on there. I'm not sure if there was an easier way of doing that, but that's how I did it. And then we got the chairs so you can overlook this area. It looks quite nice up here. It's getting a little dark. I need to wrap this up. We got our bridge. We've got the very cheap rooms. Right here, you get a sleeping bag and a place to put your stuff. That is it. You still have to deal with a whole bunch of advertisement. Don't you want waffles? Come on, get some waffles. And then we've got a major work area up here as well to work on the secondary windmill generator. Yeah, basic stuff. You know, tools, tool cabinets, all the necessary items for said thing. Of course, we have got the area over here. I kind of need to go rest to finish this. Hang on. And of course it's raining. Why does it have to be raining? You know what? Whatever. Raining makes it moody. What's wrong with moody? Okay, now I've shown off upstairs in the hotel and that area over here. Here is the caravan area. I'm kind of glad no caravan has shown up because we don't have Brahmin butt in the middle of it, so you can get a chance to actually see it. For rent, we got some flamingos, we got a couple of fake purveyors. This is where the goods come in, and this is the goods going out. I've actually placed some things in here so you can see how it would work. And they are still distracting me up there. It's really frustrating how much they're talking. And this is the bulk goods that they would probably be bringing in. Anything small would probably be on this little conveyor. And over here, got a nice little sitting area. And we've got the electrician for this area. I know it's raining, guys. I am so sorry. But I'm not about to fight with the weather by sleeping 500 times to see if it'll clear up. I'm hoping it will show up okay. Would that be better? That's a little bit better. Oh well. Alright. This is the guy who's actually working on the place and trying to keep it running. Lots of tools, lots of containers. Obviously has an issue with the whole plants thing. He put one inside a toilet. He's got his own surveillance camera, which I'm not sure why he has his own surveillance camera. And he has stolen someone's chair. Because apparently they didn't give him a pillow. So, that is it for this build. It has been very fun trying to relearn how to get all of this stuff to work. Oh, someone's actually working. But I think I'm going to continue on with this. I'm going to try and find some other places to build, some other things that spark my interest. This just happened to be the first place I got to that was wide open enough to where it didn't matter where I started building, I could have built something there. I just opted to build off of something to try and restrict how much I built, and that did not help, really. It's still kind of big. But that tends to happen. Let me say. Yeah. I don't know why I like this side of it better. Just feels more, I don't know, homey. I do want to go around to the outside and let you see the way it looks from the outside. It looks like a moody town. Jeez Louise. Probably have to go rest again. But I did decorate the outside. I got the electricity going. The water pumps. Didn't actually need any electricity on this side, though I had the ability to run it. And got the electricity going on this side. Get out of the water before you drown. But there's a bit of color, you know, to invite people, a bit of advertisement to encourage them to spend money. That kind of thing. And I know it was kind of dreary during that part, but I still want to do a nighttime view so you can see how it's lit. But I'll be right back to get it back to nighttime. Hopefully it's not nighttime and raining at the same time. We'll see. But it's pretty basic. Pretty basic lighting. There's not light where nobody's going to be at during this time of night, you know? Along the walkways, inside the rooms. A little bit in here because you never know when someone's going to bring by supplies and it's going to be late when they come in. One lamp for the travelers. The open sign. And of course a little bit of lighting in here. This area probably wouldn't be open. And of course in the actual rooms there is lighting. The most lighting that there is just these little lanterns, and up here there's this. It would be better if that was on a switch, that way it could be dimmed or something. But all in all, it looks pretty nice. You guys have been goofing off inside this room. Have you knocked anything over? No. Okay. Well, just remember not to. Don't give me that look, I know you were considering it. A little bit of light here, you know, just for safety in case somebody's drunk, they don't fall through the little crack or anything like that and die. We got the for rent over here. Just a little bit of lighting, especially since these are the cheap rooms. The most lighting you'll probably find over on this side is the actual work location, along with the spotlight saying, hey, it's a construction site, in case you could not tell from all of the construction stuff. And that is it. I would like to try and wait and see how long it takes for me to get a, I don't know, a radiation storm going on, and just see how it looks like that too. But that is the build at night. From up above, and let me, ow! Go down here, splash, and see how this side looks. I actually haven't looked at it from this side at night. I think I saw a fish. Ah! Okay. And that's how it looks from the outside. You know, thinking about it, Could probably have used a bit more like lighted advertisement. Maybe like a marquee sign, some marquee lettering. Some neon lights would probably be a good idea, but we're going to call it there on that. And the only thing I want to show now is if I can get a radiation storm going, we can take a look at it that way as well. Because I don't know why, sometimes the radiation just brings out a build. I know not everybody agrees, but sometimes it just does. I hope this thing lasts long enough. Okay, and this is it during a radiation storm. Kind of a bit on the murky side, but still looks cool. As you can see, that's still just set dressing. I haven't finished it. Oh, blind! Okay, let's run in here before it lets up. But I don't know why, but sometimes the radiation storm just brings out the colors of a build. I don't know why I feel that way. Not a lot of people feel that way. They don't want to show a build during a radiation storm. I like a radiation storm. I mean, look at those God rays right there. That looks awesome. They're still up here talking about the... What are you guys doing out here? See, like, the colorations in here look really cool in this lighting, in my opinion. Not to mention, that looks creepy. And just walk through really quick. Hi, madam. How you doing? To see... Oh, right. All of these areas really quick in this weather. Huh! This is a great idea during a storm. Please don't let up. You just barely make it out. How well is that actually showing up? It's showing up pretty well. Kind of makes it a little on the mysterious side, like you might come here and get yourself into trouble. Oh yeah. Yeah, like this is a safe town, but if you come here, there's a chance you could get yourself into trouble. Are you assigned to something? I don't know if you are. Oh, you're working on stuff. Okay. You're working on stuff. That's fine. Anyway, that is it for this build. I think for the next build, I'm going to try and do a... It's going to be vanilla building, but it's going to be in a modded location because I promised somebody that I would be testing it out, and it's been a few months since I said I would test it out. I couldn't handle 2 builds at one time, so I decided to wait until after this build was done and for me to get a chance to try and learn the tools to build in vanilla again. So I'm going to be giving that a shot, and we're just going to see where it goes after that. If you have any recommendations of places you would like to see me build, let me know down in the comment section below. I already have a full playlist of me building before, and that's with and without mods. So some of them are from my PlayStation days before PlayStation ever got mods, and before we even had some of the DLCs, and some of those are from my modded playthroughs and stuff like that. So this is... It's been over a year ago. And despite all of my trouble here, I still had a lot of fun trying to relearn. Anyway, thank y'all for coming with me on this relearning experience, and of course I'll still continue to relearn because there's going to be some new things found, some that I haven't discovered yet, and look, the weather's clearing. Cool. And yeah, there's always going to be new techniques people are going to figure out and learn and share with the community, and then we can all enjoy them and see what we can do with them, and then when we find something new, we send it out to the community and just see how it goes. Anyway, I will see you next time. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and you stay shiny.